In unprecedented events, Sari will go to the city of Majesty alone, without the king. However, they encountered powerful desert snakes on their way, but it was intentional on the part of the queen's personal guard. We will also witness a major murder case in the city of Majesty. So, who is this personal guard, and why did he insist on changing the walking route and moving to the western side, even though he knows there are destructive desert snakes there? Does he have any connection to the killing of one of the officials in the city of Majesty? And why did he volunteer to be Sari's personal guard in the first place? We will find out all of this in this episode, so stay tuned. Our story begins with Queen Sari, who was in the library reading some books. At that moment, the princess enters and encourages her because she always likes to achieve her goals. Sari tells her that she loves reading a lot because there is so much to learn before she becomes a great queen. Then the princess pours her some tea and asks about her next duty as the queen's representative. Sari tells her that she hasn't found out yet, so she needs to put in her best effort to be able to pass all the tests. She is not alone anymore as she used to be in the past. At that time, Flop and his brother enter, informing her that the king wants to see her. Sari goes to the king, who tells her that he wants to discuss her next mission. She needs to visit the forces stationed in the city of Majesty, which belong to Ozmargo, the country they were in 2 days ago. However, they were outside the country, so she has to meet with any of them. Sari assures him that she can bring joy to them and show them kindness, so he shouldn't worry. But the king tells her that he can't accompany her on this visit because she will travel to Majesty alone. He then reveals to her what happened when he was with his advisor Anubis. Anubis informed him that he won't go with Sari tomorrow because the king's old friend, Kaldos, is very sick and on the verge of death. So he needs to visit him tomorrow, and they can't postpone this visit because they made a commitment to him. Anubis suggests allowing Sari to make her decision in this matter. Back to reality, the king tells her that there isn't much time, and the matter concerns her personally. She needs to think carefully before the test. However, Sari doesn't think much about it and tells the king that she will go to Majesty alone and that she will be fine. He relies on her now in everything. Then she leaves, with intense fear in her eyes. At night, we see the king talking to Anubis about leaving the matter to him so that he can visit his sick friend. After that, the king enters Sariphi's room and finds her packing bags, preparing to take them with her. It seems she's preparing some fresh fruits for them. The king apologizes to her for burdening her with the responsibility. Sari assures him not to worry because she will be fine. But he deduces from her eye expressions that she is hiding her worry, so he can feel reassured. At that moment, Sari confesses the truth to him. She is worried because she will be alone. She has never been away from the king for a long time, and she can't bear it. But if she can do this on her own at this time, the king will be happy and proud of his new queen, who he relies on in everything. Then Sari tells him that she will miss him a lot and she will be very lonely without the king. The king holds her hand and he is very happy in those moments of pure happiness, moments filled with love, romance, affection, and longing. In the morning of the next day, the king sets off for his urgent visit. Sari bids him farewell and then goes to the advisor Anubis and asks why he didn't go with the king. The advisor tells her that he directly executes the orders of His Majesty the king, so he needs to provide her with a new guard before she leaves the capital. They will be under your command. Usually, the queen's guard is chosen very carefully, but due to the lack of time, as His Majesty the king had several appointments yesterday, it was ordered that she chooses her own leader to be her right-hand man. When Sari looks at the supposed place where there should be many guards for her to choose from, she doesn't find anyone. She asks the advisor about them, and he tells her that the Queen's Guard is highly esteemed among the palace forces, and usually, many volunteers come forward when they are needed. However, despite the king's announcement, no one in the kingdom wants to pledge loyalty or serve a human girl. At this moment, a young man comes forward and tells them that he is the #1 volunteer for the Queen's Guard. His name is Landfelt, and he is from the future region of Desert Tribe. From now on, he is at her service. Sari gets acquainted with him and welcomes him warmly. This angers the advisor because she should have chosen her right-hand man carefully. Surely, This person lacks the basic courtesy expected from a palace guard and doesn't know how to communicate with others properly. Moreover, being from the desert tribe, he is seen as undesirable. However, Sari tells him that he is the only one who wants to be her guard. This further infuriates the advisor because she should have tested his combat skills before agreeing to him. In response, Landfelt rushes towards her, tearing his clothes and telling her that this is just a taste of what he's capable of. Sari asks him not to show her anything as she trusts him completely, so she will appoint him as her personal guard. She tells him that it is her honor to have him as her guard, which greatly pleases Landfelt. On the following morning, the journey to the city of Majesty begins. Sari is accompanied by Flop, his brother, and the personal guard, Landfelt. While they are on their way to the city, Landfelt behaves inappropriately in front of his queen because he was never enthusiastic about this mission. One of Sari's companions asks him to respect his queen. Then, Landfelt asks the carriage drivers to turn southwest at the next intersection, but they refuse because they have to follow the designated route. He tells them that the sun will set on them, and he knows that this route is much shorter, so they should hurry and take it. They agree with his words. After that, Sari talks to Landfelt and asks him about the reason for him accepting to be her personal guard. He answers that he needs a promotion because being a palace guard is a very high rank for an ordinary person like him. He has vowed to himself to reach a high position, so he is in fierce competition with himself. Suddenly, something unexpected happens. Sand snakes appear in front of them. These are massive snakes that are trying to attack them. Everyone is scared of their large number. One of these snakes tries to strike the carriage, causing one of Sari's companions to fall. She runs after him to save him, and one of the snakes tries to attack her, but Landfelt arrives just in time and kills the snake. Then, he saves Sari and reassures her. Everyone is astonished and amazed at what happened. They can't believe that an ordinary person like him can kill all those snakes. After all of this is over, the guards stand with Landfelt and ask him about what happened earlier. They inform him that one wrong step from him would have led to a major disaster. It was because of him that they fell into the lair of the sand snakes. They should not have trusted anyone from the desert tribe. However, he doesn't care about their words because he has never failed. Then, Sari speaks to them, asking them not to create problems or argue with each other. They all survived, and nothing happened to them. This angers the guard, as he wouldn't take orders from an ordinary person like Landfelt. Landfelt tells them that if he could avoid guarding a human like her, he wouldn't do it, but he is compelled to do so because of His Majesty the King's command. They leave them alone, and Sari talks to Landfelt about his intention to lead them to the lair of the snakes. He admits that his men were right about half of what they said. He deliberately led them there to spread his reputation. Delivering her safely wouldn't earn him anything, so he needed to add some excitement and adventure to make everyone talk about him. He promises her that he will keep her alive no matter what happens, and he wants her to inform the king about him, that he is very powerful. However, Sari's companions won't let him get away with his actions easily. Sari asks them to be quiet, and her safety is now in Landfelt's hands because he saved her from danger. If they hadn't done that, they would have faced a problem on their original path. Then, she makes one final request to him, that he promises not to put anyone else in danger except for herself, as he did earlier. Protecting her without endangering anyone else may earn him all the influence he needs. He is surprised by her words because she is a very kind person to everyone. He has rarely seen someone like her. Nevertheless, he accepts her offer and will protect her no matter what it takes. After that, Sari arrives at the place or platform where she will deliver the message. When they arrive, everyone is surprised by Lant because he is a member of the Fox tribe, and they don't know what someone like him is doing in this place. Lant sees them talking and asks them that if they want to talk about something, they should address it to him directly because their conversation disgusts him. They get angry at his words, and he tells them that he has become the commander of the Queen's Guard, holding a higher rank than common soldiers like them, so they should pay attention to what they say. Sari intervenes to resolve the conflict. Then, Commander Terran appears and tells the soldiers to stop talking and return to their positions. He welcomes Sari and asks her to address the troops immediately as they don't have much time. Sari approaches them with a worried and tense expression and informs them that she understands it might be confusing for them to have a sudden visit from a human girl. However, she represents the Queen and has a message from His Majesty. She emphasizes that their service is still essential to maintain peace and stability in Masia. She urges them to be proud of their roles as Ozmargo soldiers and to fulfill their duties with mental and physical discipline, striving for excellence. She concludes by saying that King's Majesty expects their support and cooperation. Sari finishes her speech and goes to her friends. Lant expresses his dissatisfaction with Sari's modest behavior, stating that she is the highest-ranking person there, and he questions how he can trust someone who is not committed to her responsibilities and easily leaves them. Then, the scene shifts to Bruan, who eagerly awaits Sari and suggests that they hold the signing ceremony as the first thing in the morning. Sari asks if it is urgent, and Bruan explains that this land has witnessed rebellion against the monarchy before, and their prolonged absence would fuel chaos. However, once the signing ceremony is completed, the rebels should calm down. On another note, Sari and her friends encounter the small monster, who reveals that they are anti-royalists. Sari acknowledges that she has read about them in books but didn't think they were present. The small monster points out that some members of the Fox tribe support the anti-royalists. Sari tells them that they have no evidence against Lant and instructs them to stop their accusations immediately. They apologize, admitting they were mistaken, and ask her for one last word. However, Sari's trust in them is not as strong as her trust in Lant, a member of the Fox tribe. They leave, and Sari goes to find Lant but doesn't find him in his room. She then hears the monster's cries for help, saying that someone attacked Lord Bruan and carried him while covered in blood. The episode ends, leaving the question of who is responsible and whether Lant is involved. To find out everything, it is necessary to watch the next episode, but one must be a subscriber to the channel and activate the notification bell to be the first to receive the videos.